morning, crew. All right, so this morning we are moving from Farmers Cay to Issac Bay. Issac Bay. I think it's a bay. Yeah, Issac Bay. So, and we had a little bit of a rain this morning, like a 30-second rain. It just went sploosh and that was over. So we closed everything, reopened everything. All right, so I'm gonna go up forward and we got all the equipment ready. My trusty first mate is down there. Well, he's not really a first mate, but he likes to think he is.
Bye, Little and Big Farmers Cay. It's been real, very nice. We enjoyed the lovely little trail along Big Farmers Cay. Walter loved the smell of the goats on Big Farmers Cay. As you can see, there's been lots of boats that have come and gone at anchor. Oh my goodness, look at all of them that we didn't even see because we were on the inside at the very southern end. Very quiet spot for the last week where we've gotten some work done. Had a quick but very lovely snorkel yesterday along the beach across from us. And now we are headed up to Issac Bay, which is a bay about 6 or 7 nautical miles from here up along the coast. And we're going to park it there for a bit and through this next northeasterly wind event that's coming down from a cold front up north. It's supposed to be pretty strong, so we'll get some good northeast protection in this bay is the plan. And I want to know, hang on, let's take a look up here. So we are heading northeast, and I think as we set course here...
Not yet. We're going southwest right now.
Right now we're going southwest, which looks like it'd be a great sail. But soon we will be turning northeast, and guess where the wind is from today? Come on, give it a try. You've got a 25% chance of getting it correct. You got it, the northeast. So the prevailing winds are easterly, southeasterly. So our expectation was anytime we traveled north, we were going to start to have some beautiful sailing. Well, today we are going northeast, and guess what? The wind is from the northeast. Like, are we wearing a sign? Wind, please go the way we go. It's been going northeast for quite some time now because there's been some cold fronts north of us, mostly that have stayed all north of us, except for this one that's coming down. Well, and there was that one last week that came down. And only blowing from the northeast, not doing the full cold front clock around. But it seems like every time we go somewhere, the wind follows where we go. So we were going to head southeast, which would have made for a lovely short sail today, but that bay will not be protected adequately at all, where we wanted to go southeast of us through this next northeast blow. So where we're going is supposed to have some lovely, lovely beaches, which will be nice for running and swimming and Walter Beach time, and for northeasterly protection. But I want to know why every time we head somewhere, the wind goes there too. Like we must be wearing a sign, Mr. Wind or Mrs. Wind, please follow us. Anyhow, after this, I think the plan is we've got about 6 to 8 weeks to enjoy until we have to depart the Bahamas. And I think that we decide if we go a little further south or if we start heading north based on where the wind decides to go. From what I can see and predict wind, as you know, best as you can see when you look way out, it looks like those cold fronts are staying up along the East Coast into early April, which is no fun for anyone on the East Coast. But so I don't know if the winds are going to stay from the northeast to east for a while, or if they'll kick back around more prevailing east-southeast. We'll see how it goes. But we took a plan where we can continue to take our time for the next 6 to 8 weeks. So come join us on the next second half stretch of our Bahama experience. Thank you, wind, for cooperating. The wind did cooperate for us. We ended up with a 15 to 20 knot wind from the east, allowing us to put the sails up. Well, one sail. We only had a short way to go, so we put the jib up, but we still made a good 6 knots cruising along. shallow spot in the bank, and the bank has gotten, the Great Bahama Bank has gotten shallower since we got south of, I don't know, south of Staniel Key and south of Black Point. And from here, as you go south, it gets even more shallow. And there's a point soon that, unless you draft like 3.5, 4 feet, you have to go out on the Exuma Sound, which is fine. But we've been hanging on the bank because we've been doing short stints. So this is a shallow spot that we're going over, and you and I are both staring at the depth sounder. Can you see that? It's hovering between like 6.2 and 6.5. And so I tend to go whoomp and stare at it. Oh, 6.7, yay. And I try to like maintain this steady, cool voice so I don't irritate the heck out of Dennis when I say we're dropping. I don't like it at all. You know, you got to give me some credit, because I used to get really uptight at like 20 feet. And then I started to tolerate 15 feet. We're at 6.2.
We're at 5.9 before.
6.0. And then I used to tolerate 10 feet. Like it was on the ICW, I learned to get, you're at 5.9, Dennis. Deep breath. So then in the ICW, I decided like 10 to 12 feet was deep. But then when it dropped below 10 feet, I got nervous. And then, as we've gotten here on the Great Bahama Bank, I began to say, okay, I can handle it to 8 feet. And then, as we got south of the Exuma Land and Sea Park and towards Black Point, and then south of Black Point, I began to say, okay, I can handle 6 feet, because we really have, based upon where our depth sounder reads, we really have another 2 feet, because it reads from the hull. So now I'm at the threshold of 6 feet, which you got to give me credit. That is like a huge, huge advantageous for Dennis change. Like I've become a lot more comfortable with shallow depths. I mean, come on, 20 feet to 6 feet. That's like 14 feet of growth on my part.
So we're anchored, and if you look around, we're anchored with no one around. There's people way out there in that bay over there, and then there's people I think there was people, but these people are gone. Oh, there is one boat like way out there, but in this bay there is no one. Now I don't know why Issac Bay, but this is our style. Go where no one dares to go or wants to go. It's like there's no houses on the shore. It's absolutely deserted. There's good protection. There's a supposedly 100-foot tall hill. That's 100-foot tall, I guess. 28 meters, which is, I can't. There's a Bugs Bunny Roadrunner voice in the background here. What is that saying? What's the voice saying?
It's 100 feet tall, it's just not very wide.
Right, exactly. But even 100 foot is not a whole lot of height. So yeah. What, Rex, really? You have something to say? Oh, Mommy's having cream cheese. Uh-oh. He wants cheese too.
Yeah, well.
You talk to the crowd. What do you want? Really? And then? Oh, you want a Snoop?
Okay, so naturally, after anchoring in its beautiful, desolate anchorage, we have to check on our anchor. Yep, that anchor is set. She looks good, that mantis. Check the link down below.
Alright folks, we're sitting here having a beautiful glass of wine, enjoying a nice sunset, and the sunset is gone. I'll show you some beautiful videos of that. And then I turned around just on time to see this. So it's black. It's really black. Somebody's gonna get wet. So we kind of raced around, got the windows down, got the towels off the rail, and yeah, we're about to get soaked. Here comes the rain. Like cats and dogs. Oh, look at that. We have some of those too. And it's gonna give the deck a good wash. Ooh-wee. Pretty dark. All right. I think that's it for the night. Have a good night, guys.
So a beautiful, peaceful morning in Issac Bay. Been sitting here with a cup of coffee, listening to the birds, and just across on the other side of that hump is the Exuma Sound, and I can hear the waves crashing because the seas are starting to pick up in the Atlantic a wee bit. We'll continue into the next couple of days as we get our next wind event. And just wanted to show you this beautiful, peaceful morning. Birds and the surf and the quiet. Feeling very grateful for the peace and quiet of this place. Thanks everyone for watching. Be sure and join us next week. We decide to head a bit further south. We just weren't ready to turn around quite yet. Come join us for more adventures on No Plan B Sailing.